Here in Florida, some private school staffers are already armed through a program in Polk County. And in tonight's Spotlight, Vanessa Ruffes takes a closer look at how they get trained and how it compares to training for law enforcement.
Every time we would hear about another school shooting, another senseless death of a student that was defenseless, it leaves you to a place where you're heartbroken, but yet there's a part of you that's angry that someone wasn't there to protect them.
That's why Dr. Chris Owen is arming himself. He's the executive vice president of Southeastern University in Lakeland, and now a special deputy.
Protect and defend.
Sheriff Grady Judd gave him and a handful of other university staff those powers so they can carry guns on campus.
These teachers and coaches are charging in with no weapons and dying to protect children. Well, think about how the game changer will be if they have a gun and are well trained.
Shooters stand by.
All this is done through the Sentinel program. It's a collaboration that started more than a year ago between the Polk Sheriff's Office and Southeastern.
911 is an element that, we are going after law enforcement to come help us. This whole Sentinel program is law enforcement will already be here.
Sheriff Judd says these Sentinels aren't only given a gun, they're also given law enforcement skills.
Then we give them even more training than a Florida certified police officer has to have. So we're not just handing a gun to a teacher. We are providing a firearm for a very professional, well-trained person to keep your children alive.
We looked into that training for school sentinels and compared it to full-time officers. FDLE tells us officers, as basic recruits, must have 80 hours of firearms training and 80 hours of defensive tactics. That's hand-to-hand combat and tactics to make sure somebody doesn't grab their gun in a fight. Sentinels receive 4 hours of defensive tactics, but their firearms training includes the same 80 hours as a basic recruit, plus an extra 16 hours of precision pistol training, 4 hours of shoot or don't shoot decision making, and 8 hours of active shooter training. They're also required to spend 20 hours on deadly force education, meaning they learn when to legally step into a situation and when they can shoot. Altogether, a total of 132 hours of training. Sentinels must also pass a background check, a psychological exam, and retrain and retest 4 times a year. The guns on campus are kept in secure places, but for security reasons, the sheriff wouldn't say how or where. We did ask, can he guarantee all these checks and balances won't fail? Well, Judd says nothing is 100%, but
if we didn't do things because of civil liability, we'd never do anything. But I can tell you this, we'll accept the responsibility and the liability. I'm not going to allow anyone to have a gun that doesn't meet the highest standards and qualify appropriately.
No doubt, a big responsibility to bear for these Sentinels. And as a volunteer, Dr. Owen gets no extra money for it. That's not what's in his sights, though.
It was the first day of our training, and the lieutenant came in. It was the very first question he asked, or statement that he made: if you're not willing to put your life on the line for someone else, you're in the wrong room. And so I think each Sentinel searched their heart and made that decision that, yeah, our students are worth laying our lives on the line to protect them.
Now, the guns are approved by the sheriff's office and purchased by the university. Craig.
Now, how much does this cost Southeastern University?
Well, the university says that they spend about a third of their security budget on this program. And while they wouldn't give specifics, Dr. Engel says that it is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How many specifically do they have? How many Sentinels at Southeastern, and which other colleges, universities are looking at this, even before the legislature makes any changes?
Well, right now there are 8 Sentinels on Southeastern's campus, and except for Dr. Owen, they were all kept secret for security reasons, and we're actually told that the university is going to be doubling its number of Sentinels this fall. Meantime, Weber International, which is a private university, just signed on to the program recently, and the sheriff says about 5 other private schools in the county have inquired about doing the same.
Great insight, Vanessa. Thank you.